great day for cooking outside. Now, I like cooking on the ground, cooking all over the place. You've seen some of our recipes. We're outside cooking dove over an open pit. Today, I've got me a little tripod. I'm gonna hook me up a big old 9-quart cast iron pot, and I'm gonna make burgoo. Now, everybody talks about burgoo, and everybody has their own recipe, but there are no rules. I started looking up the history of burgoo, and it's everything from the British Navy, some kind of porridge oatmeal thing. Now today, it's a multi-meat deal. All right, let's talk about this. I have meat. I killed a turkey this year. I killed a squirrel this year, several squirrels. I killed my buck this year, and guess what? Everything is in here. I even put some smoked goat in here to give it a good smoky flavor. You know what? We're almost ready to get started. I let my fire get up. I let some good coals get under there. You want a good hot fire. You don't want your pot too close to the fire. I figure a good distance is about 8 or 9 inches from the fire. Let that flame touch the bottom. You don't want things to stick on the bottom. So I've experimented around and played with this. Here's the steps we're gonna do it. We're gonna hang our pot up, obviously, try to get 8 or 9 inches above that fire. We're gonna pour the water on. We're gonna let the water get good and boiling. We're gonna put the vegetables and the meat in, especially the vegetables that are really take a while to get cooking, such as the onions, the potatoes. We've got some black beans that I had left over from dinner the other night. Hey, that's what it's all about. We've got some tomatoes that I canned out of the garden. We've got some green beans. I have some peppers that I grew out of my garden. And again, the several meats. I have one mystery meat. I'm not sure what it is. I think it's goose. And I think it's from my brother-in-law. But anyway, it's in my freezer, so it's some kind of wild game. All right, so we're gonna get things going here. All right, I'm gonna put a couple quarts of water in here. And you can add water as you go. What I want in the end is for this to be nice and thick. There's our assorted meats of just about every kind you can imagine. Now some of that I have cooked a little bit ahead of time. Normally, I would let it cook out here the whole time. I would cook the meat first, but for convenience sake, just to show you what to do. That's how it should look. You should cook it obviously till it falls apart. Here's my tomatoes going in. I knew each one by name. All right, put another jar in. Those peppers in there for flavor, clove of garlic. This year's green beans. Now I do have some deer in here, and I really do like the flavor. I like a little bit of sweet. I'm gonna take about a half a jar of red currant jelly. I'm gonna scoop that in there, tiny bit of red wine. It's really gonna add some good flavor to this. And I've got it to the point I just about can't add anything else. I'll put the top on and let her get acquainted. You know, when you cook outside like this, everything has a little different flavor. You can taste the you can taste the cast iron a little bit. You can taste a little bit of smoky flavor coming in that. I just like it. I like being outside. Now this is completely open to interpretation. You can also, if I'd have had some okra, I'd have put some okra in here. I just don't happen to have any. You can put some mushrooms. You can put anything your little heart desires in here. And as you see, I got some big old hunks of deer in here, right there. And as it goes along, I'll bust that up a little bit. And in the end, it'll all have kind of a pulled look like that turkey you're seeing and that squirrel. It's already cooked up really good. To make things easy on you, I have my own particular set of seasonings I like to put in Creole, but here's as close as I can find to what I like. Tony Chachere's, just a Creole blend. And I'll just kind of cover the top with that. Now it's got some spice in it. It's not overwhelming. It gives a really good flavor. And just every once in a while check it to make sure it's not sticking on the bottom. Make sure you got a good even boil. Keep busting that meat up. Finish off, I'm going to give it a touch, just a touch of cinnamon, just a sprinkle, a little bit of cumin, just a touch, and some white pepper, just a sprinkling of that. All right, now this is something that's going to take some time. You know, you gotta let your meat get soft. You gotta let everything get nice and thick. And you do have to watch your fire. You gotta make sure you're not sticking on the bottom. And we've done everything right here today. And we have a really good smelling and tasting Burgoo. And by the way, we're only a couple miles down the road from Lawrenceburg, Kentucky, which is, I believe, the Burgoo capital of the world. So there you go. We're in good company. There's 2 bowls here. Yes, there are 2 people. And yes, we're gonna both get a huge, big dip. All right, now obviously that's come out of a kettle boiling. I'm gonna blow it off real good. You're in the freezer. You're putting some of your new deer meat in there. You come across a mystery meat, you know it's got to be good. Get it out, cook it up, get a bunch of packages, invite a bunch of friends over, get your big cast iron pot, cook for your friends. You will be popular in the neighborhood.